Yo, it's Trent. Hope everyone's having a good day. I'm just making up for the missed story yesterday, and I'll have new stories Monday and Tuesday, all those days, of course, next week. I'm just talking about the time real quick that I got stitches, and it was when I was 8, so that's like 11 years ago. Jesus. And I still got a scar. It is starting to go away, but I remember when I was getting the stitches, they were like, this might last 10 years, 20 years, this could last till you die. And I'm like, oh, cool, But yeah, let me get into it. So I'm 8 years old, right? I'm a little fucking kid, and I remember my little sister was just born, right? And she was like literally like an infant. Like it was like her 4th or 5th day home. And I remember, this is crazy, but I remember that Fear Factor was on TV, right? And at the time, well, I still have this dog, Bo. She's a boxer beagle mix, a girl, right? I got her for my birthday because her birthday was the day after mine, so we got her when she was like 1. So they were like, birthday present, and her birthday's basically on yours. I'm like, oh, that's amazing. That's sick, I loved it. I was pumped. So during that time, I'm a little kid, and all I'm doing is playing with the dog, right? Like I said, Fear Factor's on TV, so I'm watching that fucking young Joe Rogan, right? Watching that shit, just kind of hanging out, And the dog, I remember they gave us a tennis ball when we first got her because she really liked them. And, most dogs like fucking tennis balls, so it's not a big surprise. But they were just like, she likes them a lot, So I'm throwing the tennis ball to her, and she's not fetching, but throw it to her, wait till I get it back, throw it, that kind of thing. Hanging out on the couch, right? And I'm like lounged back. I'm like this, like laying back. And she jumps up by my chest, so I'm like petting her, and she's like getting in the playful mood, so she jumps down and runs around the room. And I'm holding the tennis ball, just messing around, and like I said, I'm lounged all the way back. So like, if this is the couch cushion you'd put your back on, like you'd be leaning back, like I had my head at the bottom of it, like I was pretty much just laying down, but like I could see a little better, like my head was propped up. And I'm laying on my back, and like I said, she's in like the playful mood, so she's running full fucking speed around the living room, and she's coming back to where like the couch is, and I threw the ball up in the air, like playing catch with myself, and I'm a little kid, so I'm not thinking about it. The dog, Bo, she runs, launches off the couch, right? Catches the tennis ball, but she did that thing, when dogs jump really high, and like their hands and legs go out or like go up, like kind of like the dirt bike guys when they do it and they like kick their bike, like how they kick their legs. So she did that shit. She like kicked them out forward, and when she landed right on my face, dude. But it wasn't just that. I didn't know what was happening until afterwards, but I'm just gonna walk you through what actually happened and then like my reaction and shit. So she jumped up, landed on my face, right? That little line right there, it's starting to go away, and it's hard to see when the light's getting blocked by my fucking big ass head, but like right there. And so her nail went right in my mouth like this, and I still remember I didn't even feel that, not one bit, I didn't feel not 1 second of it, no ounce of pain. She's on here, right? And this part I did feel, because when she tried to run, it was still stuck, like, in my lip, like she had, like, pierced my lip, like a fucking piercing, but with a big, long dog nail. And she tried to, like, not run, but, like, kind of pull her paw out, And she did, but she went like this and ripped, and my whole fucking lip just ripped open, dude. The nice part was, she didn't rip, upwards, like, this way, or else my whole lip probably would have been like hanging, but she ripped downwards, so like where she already went in, she came out of, but instead of coming clean out, like out, she went like down and out, so she like made the cut even worse, basically, or slice, I don't know what the fuck that counts as, she pierced my lip. So when she pulled out though, I'm like, I still don't get what's happening, like I knew she landed on my face, but I thought it was like her paw, like a paw hitting you in the face. I was kind of like stunned, but not hurt or anything. And I sat up and stood, and this is a glass desk, right? It was just like this. It was like a glass square table like this. I'm over it like this, and I remember looking down, trying to see my reflection, and blood just started dripping onto the table. And at first it was like drip, drip, and then it just started coming. Like it was running down my neck and my shirt, but also like falling like a UFC fighter, dude. And I'm a little kid, and I was already scared of blood, dude. Like I think a lot of kids are probably. But dude, that shit put it into a phobia or something. I was freaking out. I was like, ah, ah, ah. And I think it was my mom. My mom was taking care of my little baby infant sister, you know, fucking rocking her or whatever. She looks back, she's like, Trent, what the fuck happened to you? I'm like, I don't know. I start crying and stuff. She's like, we gotta clean that. We gotta go to the hospital. And, oh, dude, it was rough. She poured the hydrogen peroxide right on my lip. Usually for little cuts, that shit doesn't hurt. It's cold and it bubbles, but it's fine, you know? But dude, when she poured it in there, it was one of the worst feelings in my life. It felt like the hydrogen peroxide was inside like my entire body, just sending pain waves through, dude. It was so painful. And it was funny because when I'm getting the stitches, right, they numb it or whatever, and I was scared of fucking needles too, of course. And I'm like, I don't want a fucking shot in my mouth. And they're like, well, we gotta close that thing up. It's still bleeding. And so they just fucking numb it with some cream shit. And they're like, you gotta wait 20 minutes, don't talk, because if you talk, it won't numb, right? So I'm like, okay, I won't talk. Sit there, and I probably said like 13 words. I did talk. I wasn't supposed to, but I did. So they're like, okay, let's start this. Puts the thing in my lip. I'm like, ow. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I didn't say fuck. I was a little kid, but I'm like, ow, you know? I'm like, that hurt. She's like, we gotta numb it again. So they numb it again. And I actually didn't talk the next time. I was quiet the whole 20 minutes. I was silent, right? Comes back, does it again, still hurts, like not numbed, right? And they're like, okay, we should do the shot or something. So they do the shit. I'm freaking out, right? I'm like, I hate this. I hated all of it. Finally get it numbed, right? Because when she went, do you feel it? And I looked at her kind of like, I didn't want to shake my head because obviously she's got it like needles and shit by my lip or sewing or whatever. So I look at her and I'm like I'm good, you know, like I don't feel it. She's like, good, because I've been doing it. I'm like, oh, damn. So they finish it up, right? And it was crazy, dude. It was like all weaved and shit. And I remember looking in the mirror and I just kept looking, thinking, that looks cool. And I kept thinking, even as a little kid, dude, even as a little kid, before you're thinking about like, I don't know, sexual stuff or whatever, I was like, I'm looking at this like, girls are gonna love this shit. They're gonna think it looks cool. They're gonna think I'm brave or some shit. I was looking at myself like, yeah. Let's go. So I go to school, right? And I think it was like the first or second day back to school, one of them fell out. And they called the doctor and they're like, what should we do? And they're like, well, they're supposed to fall out anyways, but not for like a month. So they're like, you know, if it's bleeding, come back in. But if it's not, if it's just like the top or bottom one, you should be okay, right? So part of my lips like sticking out almost, not sticking out, but like you can see it's opened. And I had to just keep going to school. And then finally I didn't have falling out ones. That's a lie. That's not true. I don't know what I was thinking of. I didn't have falling out ones because when I had to go get them removed, I remember the tingling feeling was the weirdest fucking thing ever. Like, I still think about that. I've never felt anything that's ever made my body feel like that. They pulled the, like, whatever stitches were left. I think I either got, like, 5 or 7. But when they removed it, there was only 4 left. Or maybe some of them did fall out, or they could. I don't know. I don't remember the fucking rules or whatever of the stitches they were telling me about. But I do remember I had to remove them, dude. Or I didn't have to, but they removed them. And it felt like, if you took a floss string and literally pulled it through like an open hole in your lip, that's what it feels like. It's so weird, dude. It doesn't hurt, but it's just like, it's like, it grosses you out, man. But appreciate everyone watching this. Sorry I didn't post yesterday. Very busy. And dude, I got these crazy sunburn on my legs. Because I'm dumb and I didn't fucking spray myself. Because I'm sitting at the beach, right? And I'm cold. The breeze is hitting me, so I'm good. I won't get sunburned. I thought because you're cold, you won't get sunburned, you know. I'm dumb as fuck. I got fucked up. But yeah, that's all. Peace out, guys.